Welcome to Mishna study Masachet Shabbat Perek Aleph Mishnah Yud Aleph. Over here, this last Mishnah on the Perek, and we're going to see a couple of exceptions to what we spoke about earlier, that we're not allowed to cook or light something or let something continue on the flame on Shabbat. Over here, we're going to see a couple of exceptions to that rule in our Mishnah. So firstly, we're allowed to lower the Korban Pesach into the oven, right? So if you know the way their ovens were set up, I should have actually brought a picture over here, but it was a big oven over here, and they would take the Korban Pesach, right? So they would take a goat, and it would be on like a skewer. The entire goat would be on a skewer and go down into the oven itself. And you're allowed to go ahead and do this im hashecha, right? If the 14th of Nisan falls out on a Friday, right? So you're allowed to go ahead and do this process of roasting the Korban Pesach right before Shabbat. Now, what about what we said earlier? You're not allowed. We worry that you may come stoke the coals. What happened to that issue? That gezerah. So over here, the way the Gemara answers this, it says Bnei Habura Zirizinen. The people that are doing the mitzvah of Korban Pesach, they're very careful, right? And they're going to be on top of each other so they don't come to stoke the coals. Right on Shabbat. Right? You're allowed to go ahead and light, or really start to light the flame, right? Machizin is similar to like ma'achizin, right? A little like the whole, to get it started. You to get the flame started. Where is this? In the chamber of Bet HaMoked. So in the Bet HaMikdash, there's one chamber where they would always have fire lit. And the point of this was so you have fire for the mizbeach. So even though the fire would come down from heaven, there was still the mitzvah, the havioto min ha'ediot, for us to light it ourselves. So, being such, we always had this chamber in the Bet HaMikdash where there would be fire lit. So you're allowed to go ahead and light this flame, right? Just get it started. It's enough to just get it started in the Bet HaMikdash right before Shabbat, and we don't worry that you're going to come stoke the coals. Why? Because over here also, Kohanim are zirizim, right? The Kohanim are very careful. Now, ubagivulin, this should be on the next line, ubagivulin, right, in the regular areas outside of the Bet HaMikdash, how much do you need to light the flame before Shabbat? Right? So the flame catches most of it. Right? So most of the log is caught. Most of the flame, most of the branches of the wood has caught fire. And when is that? When's that considered? So when you know that you don't need to, add any more oxygen, you don't need to add any more small twigs, right? It caught, the fire caught. Right, that would be enough. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, af b'pechamim kol shem. Right, Rabbi Yehuda comes and says, look, also when it comes to regular coals, right, coals they light very quickly. So I don't have to wait for it to catch, most of them. It would be enough as long as a little bit it gets caught. That would be enough according to Rabbi Yehuda. He's mekel over here when it comes to coals. Halacha though is not like Rabbi Yehuda.